legacy of print is what we leave for people to pass down through the generations. And when you're the last one taking those pictures, gosh, I mean, it doesn't have to be that. It could just be something normal, but you're doing something of such a value to this generation. Hi, y'all. This is Allison Carlino from Sugarland, Texas, which is southwest of Houston. And this is our 21st year in the business. And I'm proud to say that we are a staff of 10 women in this area. And we have just been enjoying using Fundy products for many years. And I can't wait to jump in. Diving into Millers, I think this is my 18th year with them. We are using everything from the portrait and wedding products through the sports and volume and school side. So we are on both sides of the spectrum with this lab. They are providing our signature albums, our signature books, obviously all of our professional prints. We love the boxes, the senior wood boxes that have the custom USB drive inside of them. It has a combo of the USB drive and the prints along with that wood box, and so it really meets the generation need of me wanting to give them a printed product as well as them having the digital files. So our packages, our collections are structured for those, and then they include that wood box, which is great. That's a big hit for seniors. On the volume side, we're everything from prints to packages to trinkets to plaques, and beyond. So my favorite products are those probably that I just highlighted because in the last 2 years, that's what's been selling in my market area. My cover materials for my signature albums, I definitely like the acrylic and the metal. For high school seniors, I'm finding they want something different. For our weddings, we're finding we're trending back to the fabrics, which is very strange, and I'm okay with that. I used to be custom album covers with the custom image, where the image would just flush left to right on the borders the whole way, and that would be what they wanted. Now, sometimes if the couple has a monogram or a logo, that looks really good as a full custom image on the cover. But as far as covers, we're going back to like the standard leather, like black olive that's got a sense of a dark, deep olive green to it. And then from the other end of the scale, like the foil, the rose golds. Those are still trending right now. And I'm worried that they're going to trend out and it's not going to be something that someone likes 50 years from now. So we've kind of pushed them away from those, but we definitely like their traditional classic colors, and the leathers are still very popular.
If someone is just starting to sell albums and wall art with portrait and wedding clients, what are the best products to start with?
Well, think of it as less of options and colors and fabrics right now, and think of it more as how you need to market this as a business and push toward the companion books. We want to make sure that we're selling a set. So if you're looking at the weddings and you're a wedding shooter, don't just sell a single. Look at it as selling a double, and then that way you're increasing your bottom line. If it's a duplicate design and there's no additional changes, we don't charge additional for that, and then there's usually a discount that comes along with ordering a duplicate book. So think of it as packaging books to make sure that you're getting more out of the sale on that.
And those duplicate albums, you mean for parents, correct?
Yes, parents, grandparents, absolutely. Something smaller that's the exact same design to where you don't have to open Fundy and do a darn thing with it. It's just more cash in your pocket for a different size. And what we love is that Fundy can, the sizing software can make sure that it goes into a different size and you're not having to do much work at all. And that was such a pain before we ever used this program. Portrait clients, speaking specifically to high school seniors and their families right now, we have seen a trend back to these kids wanting to be on the wall again. And I love that. It's not just, they don't just want the digital files. So my collections actually include a combo. It gives them a printed product they cannot trade off, which is either a book or a wall art, and then it gives them a lump credit of whatever they want to spend. If that's digital files there or more pages in their book, that's their choice. So I've found that they want to be back on the wall again, which is great.
Fantastic. And then what are the biggest sellers for wall art for high school seniors?
Metal prints. If it's the right situation, like say we did a session in a cool vintage record store and you've got these cool colors and it looks good on metal, the matte metals are really selling well for wall art. So if you're new to this and you are walking into this thinking, how do I even approach this? How do I sell it? How do I get it out quickly? I would suggest, first of all, being organized. To walk through this process with the book, you're going to have a set of images that are go into the Fundy software that are already the ones the client wants. So you're going to have some front end time with your client to really narrow down those images. What we do in that situation, even with brides, I may shoot, on a 10-hour wedding day, they may get delivered 600 images. Well, we curate that down to our selection of maybe 150 that are going to tell the story of their day the best, starting with details as opening thoughts, moving into the getting ready, and all throughout the day, ending with that banger shot at the end, whether it's the exit or some kind of amazing fire shot that I've taken, whatever, at their wedding. You have to have a flow and a story structure. And if you have that curated, then it's less confusing for your client when they sit down. They've had a long day at work. They don't want to have to choose album pictures for their book. If you give them a set and they just look at it and say, that looks like a great set, maybe just add one or two of Aunt Mary or Uncle Frank or whatever, then you've got the great set to go straight into Fundy with. And the auto design just makes it so much quicker for you to get a proof out. So start on the front end with organization, and that will help you on the back end getting it out faster. Yeah, so if you're a new photographer and you're looking to do ordering of the albums, whether it's yourself or your staff that's handling this, I can tell you for years that we've been doing an export out of Fundy and then putting it into rows, then having to choose all the options, and then sitting there and waiting for it to upload. But they're about to introduce here with Fundy the direct upload, and that's going to save us probably 10-15 minutes on every book, and every minute right now is so valuable. You're going to be able to choose your place your cover correctly in the software, make sure the spine has not got anything important over it. You're going to be able to choose your fabric options, your book size, of course, and then just hit go, put your credit card information in, and you'll never have to open rows. So I am really looking forward to saving labor on Vanessa's time, that I'm paying her to order this through Rose, so she won't have to open Rose now.
What are your 3 favorite Funny Designer features?
Speed, consistency, and the availability of different template nodes to be able to shift your images around in different shapes and different sizes. The legacy of print is what we leave for people to pass down through the generations. I'm going to be a little emotional here because I just got another phone call this week of a child that passed away. And when you're the last one taking those pictures, gosh, I mean, it doesn't have to be that. It could just be something normal, but you're doing something of such a value to this generation. And right now they're busy and they're looking at it on their phones, but these people want to be back on the walls again. They want a physical product to see things with. And that's why I'm such a believer in making sure that we design something that they can hold in their hand for years to come. I mean, I've been in business 21 years. You get those calls more than you want, whether it's weddings or some child that passed away in an awful accident. And you're the one. You're the one that took it. So don't even think, if you're a volume shooter just shooting cap and gown all day and you think that's the least creative thing that you do, you could be the only professional photograph that person has taken in the last year. And they're going to run to you. So don't devalue, you guys, no matter what it is you do. I do cap and gown, I get bored with it, but I do the other end of the extreme too with the fire and smoke, and it's a lot of fun. So you're valued on either end of this scale.